What's the good word, YouTube? Oh, I'm in such a good mood again. It's pretty fucking cute, the conversations I've been having with folks when I get into my move, right? Moving from where I came from, living with Dave Dog in the city of San Francisco. Sorry, I always call it the city, assuming everybody realizes I'm talking about San Francisco. But I forget I'm talking to London and all around the fucking world. I need to be more specific. Sorry. Anyway, but I went from living in San Francisco with damn near 1 million people in 7 square miles, and I'm fixing to move to small town America, to a town basically 7 square miles with under 4,000 people. And not only a culture shock, but a weather shock, an environmental shock, shall we say, right? I mean, yeah, you might see 20 degrees in San Francisco on a rare occasion, right? I don't think I've ever seen single digits or even teens in the city, unless you were up in Santa Cruz Mountains or something, maybe, but real tall peak or something. But for the most part, it don't get that fucking cold. Not compared to where I'm going. And everybody likes to tease me that, I don't know what I'm getting myself in for, and I'm going to turn myself into a popsicle, and it's pretty cute. It is. But the thing is, there's 3,000 people there that do it every year. If they can do it, I can do it. It's just learned behavior. What to do and what not to do. I'm not going to freeze to death. I'm looking forward to staying in the house in the winter. I got lots of cool shit to do in the winter. I'm going to have a shop. Have me a little tinkering shop to make little metal sculptures and little sheet metal projects, little tinkering here and there, playing with the doggies in their little circus tent, I'm looking forward to long, cold winters stuck inside, running from the barn to the house, fucking A right, with my golf shoes on to keep from slipping in the snow, whatever the fuck it takes. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. I might be a greenhorn for the first season, but it won't take long to get up to speed. And I'm already going on eBay and picking up a couple of severe weather gear, items of clothing, mil spec as they call it. I want some frozen tundra clothes. I got some pretty warm shit, but I want something that's made for below zero specifically, right? I ain't stupid. Gloves, jacket, at least a half dozen pair of really good socks. I got some good boots. I'm not too worried about the boots, but I'm gonna need something better than what I got for sure, especially when it comes to traction on ice. My boots aren't cut for ice. The boots I prefer to wear have a flat, smooth sole for walking on concrete, not ice. I'll bust my ass wearing them fucking things on the ice. I ain't stupid. But, I think about all this little stuff. And it's fun. I enjoy thinking through all the challenges. Right now, it gives me something positive to think about. Not to mention, as I play out these scenarios in my head, it helps me when I'm looking at properties, when I'm thinking about outbuildings and what I can transform them into, for either me or the dogs. I don't need much for a house. Don't want much for a house. You know, a house is for sleeping in. You know, the rest of my time will be spent with the dogs in their house, you know, in the circus tent or outside. You know, if I'm in the house, me and my girls are going to bed. What the fuck else are you gonna do in the house? I don't know. Just my mindset is very different now. And I got that fucking word freedom banging around inside of my head like a jackhammer, man. The freedom to do so much. And being snowed in and looking out the window in a winter wonderland and can't go outside, I think that is beautiful. Are you kidding me? I don't care if the snow's piled up fucking 6 feet deep. I don't. I don't give a fuck if I gotta be stuck in the house for a month or two. I don't. Because I'll have a year's supply on hand at all times. I don't have that here because I knew I was moving. I don't want to store all that crap. But I'm not worried about being stuck or snowed in. You know? I paid $11 a pound for my meat. I asked around, what's a steer cost? What it cost me to get a side of beef? How much per pound? $3, $4. Quite a difference. So my cost of living and my overhead, not to mention the game that I can pull off my property and the fish that I can fish for and get on a regular, you know, I'm not looking to jig in the winter. You know, all that tents on the ice and all that stuff, that's not really I'm sure I'll give it a go, but it won't be a regular hobby. I'll rather be inside where it's fucking warm. I'm a sissy, right? I'm from Cali, of course. I'm not trying to be a popsicle. I'm a tenderfoot. I'm not trying to front, but I'm also a sheet metal worker, so I know how to stay warm and well ventilated, air moving, filtered, HEPA filters, so my asthma and all my shit stays nice and clean. Yeah, because see, now I have a permanent location, one that I'll never leave from. I always knew I was leaving here one day. Everything I did here, I knew I was going to have to leave behind. My fence, my man cave, all the stuff, all the hard work I put into this place is all going to go to someone else now. But I'll get paid for it. And that money will be spent on the new spot. So it's a wash. It's cool. You know, this is money well spent for me here. In the past, anyway, the past is the past. And where I'm going, I won't be dwelling in the past. It's just so, man, really? Is this really fucking happening? Is this for real? Is this for real? Sorry, I'm way lost in my thoughts, but this is one of those videos, I need to document this for me, you know, and anybody that wants to go for a ride. But for me, it's important for me to capture these memories while they're fresh. I watched a little blurb on the tube, and there was a phrase mentioned, and it just fucking stuck. Learning to swim in safe water. That's what was said. And I'm taking it way out of context. They were talking about swimming in a swimming pool. I don't give a fuck about swimming in a swimming pool. See, I got to learn how to survive in a new environment physically, because it's harsh. It could kill me. Living in Cali, yeah, I die of exposure in 3 to 7 days maybe, right? Where I'm going, fall down, can't get up, and you're outside on the wrong day, minutes. and you're toast, right? So I take it serious. It's okay. Like I said, it gets that bad out, I stay inside. It's that simple. It really is. So like I said, I'm looking forward to having a big ass fucking window to look outside and a roaring fire inside. I keep seeing Jeremiah Johnson in my head. Robert Redford in a big old furry coat in a cabin. Yeah, it won't be quite that hard, that's for sure. But that experience with wildlife, having bear on your property, maybe moose tracks, who knows? But all them critters are up there. And then some. Something pretty special about the opportunity to live in that environment when you come from San Francisco. You know, to me, it's not so much a challenge as it is an opportunity to live a pretty special life. Something so vastly removed from what I grew up in, and yet it feels so familiar to me. It feels like I'm going home. You know, I've often said I should have been born in the country, and now I know why. It feels right to me, having that freedom and that space, and the connection to nature, and to live off the land. You know, I never had that desire. I was pretty much, the city was all I knew. I mean, fuck, just look at me. Do I look like I belong in the country? The frozen tundra? Are you fucking kidding me? But I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait. Look, there's people that work in Antarctica, you know, way colder, and they're out there in that shit doing their little fucking whatevers up there for the feds and whoever else, right? Chasing aliens under the ice. Fuck, who knows? Are you laughing? But you get my point. If I get some clothing that's meant for that kind of weather and I got to venture into that kind of weather, I'll have the clothing for it. I got the vehicle for it. I'll change the tires. I mean, the tires that are on there are snow tires, but they're not studded snow tires. I'll get studded snow tires so I ain't slipping around on the fucking ice. Fuck that. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited. I wish things could have unfolded differently for several different reasons. There are other people that I wish could played a role in this process and been a part of this with me, but I'm excited about taking this challenge on by myself, right? It's kind of like when I rode to Sturgis in 06. I bounced out there by myself, loaded down, 2 weeks on the road. Was it 2 weeks? Yeah, maybe 10, 11 days. I can't remember, but whatever. I bounced out there and bounced back all on my own. It was a good time. It was an adventure. And so is this. And I'm so looking forward to it. I know I sound like a broken record, sorry, but like a little kid, you know? I'm gonna get a sawmill and at least a backhoe so I can do my little log cabin and tree fort. I don't give a fuck if it's a little fucking log cabin the size of an outhouse and a tree fort that's 4 feet off the fucking ground. Are you laughing? I don't care. I get to let my inner child out, right? I get to go dig in the dirt, play with fucking army men and play marbles if I want to. Fucking you kidding me? Play with pit bulls all day long. Rain or shine, summer or winter, the doggies will always be there. Yes, they will. The snow and the cold will come and go. And it'll be nice to have real seasons like that. You know, where I live here in the foothills, I get a little bit of dusting, which is nice. I mean, you know, Cinderella or whatever, right? I got the perfect little spot here, but I don't have $500,000. Sorry, not in the budget to stay here. So I'll go to where the snow gets a little deeper and a little colder and a whole lot cheaper. Yes, I will. Wait till you see those videos. You know, everybody that's worried that this kid won't be able to hang in 20 below, watch me. Watch me throw a pot of water and blow it up. Oh, man, the little kid in me is just, I can't wait to build a snowman in my front yard. Fucking A right. And that snowman's gonna have 2 little snow dogs. 2 little pit bull snowmen. Are you laughing? Ah, sure as shit. Like I said, it's the little kid in me, man. Decorate the house for Christmas, decorate the house for Halloween, blah, blah, blah. I'll get to do all that cool shit, not in some fucking mobile home park where they got rules and don't do this and don't do that. Fuck you. I get to be free. I don't give a fuck. A windmill that says blow me. Somebody out there's laughing. Yeah, one of these properties I was looking at. Fucking windmill. What makes electricity for the house, right? It's pretty cool. There's a bunch of cool shit when you get into the cuts. Like I said. Think for yourself, man. Think outside the box. The city life gets too much for you, and it is, and it gets real heavy. If you got any friends scattered around the country, give them a call. Ask them what it's like. I lost contact with my boy Phil. I don't even know if I still got his fucking number. He lives in Iowa. I never did call him, but that would have been a good person to call and check out his part of the country. I didn't even think about that till just now, but I've already made up my mind where I'm going. But anyway, things like that, right? I got people down in Austin. I do. Tattoo artists and others down in Texas. I got a handful of people in Texas now. A co-worker, sheet metal worker I know down there. I don't think he's in Austin. No, he might be. Anyway, irregardless, you know, I do. I know people in other states that I could go, hey, what's the word? Tell me about your little town and county that you live in, right? And that's what I'm saying. If you really are ready to go, call somebody that you know and get their feedback. Not to mention, it helps having somebody to kind of show you the ropes once you hit the ground running. You know what I mean? That's valuable. At least it is for me. Little inside info into what's what and who's who and how's things work, right? Tread lightly when you land in someone else's hometown, just like when I moved here, just how I live right now. This is not my hometown. This hometown belongs to the people that were born and raised here. You know, I'm a guest, and where I'm moving to, it'll be home sweet home, but I'm still a guest in their hometown, and I will treat it as such, the utmost respect, right? It's the way it's supposed to be, you know, just how I was raised. You go over someone else's house, you know, yes ma'am, no ma'am, you have manners, blah, blah, blah. You just, anyway, I think about these things. And once again, if you've had enough, you should think about these things. I'm going to have a piece of land that I can take game. That means I can shoot a deer, wildlife, and eat it, right? Whatever it might be, as long as it's, legal, like tags and whatnot, whatever requirements you got to meet. I don't know. But, fishing, okay, go get your little fishing license now. Go catch fish and eat the shit. Living on a lake, living on a river. In this part of the country, wildlife is abundant. Food is abundant. Stock up in the summer and spring, and in the fall and winter, you snuggle in. And you got plenty of food and whatnot. You don't need to go nowhere. And because I don't got to go work in it, I don't got to drive to work. It's easy for a tenderfoot like me to stay home and stay warm. I don't get cabin fever. If I did, I would have lost my noodle many years ago, as many hours as I've spent alone. And anybody that really knows me knows how many hours I've spent alone. Hear that? Get my point? You never hear anyone talking in the background. Just saying. All right. Babbled on for 20 minutes. I think that's long enough. Just in a good mood. Want to come out here and chit-chat about my new spot and about how the process is unfolding and how pretty fucking cool it is. You don't get what you want, but you will get what you need if you're willing not to give up. Don't take no for an answer. It'll be all right. All right. Much love and respect as always. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, share. Leave a comment. Thank you. Peace.